Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Soul Chats. We are so excited to come to you today well, for me, in a different energy than what I was in last call, and to share kind of what's been coming through over these last, I guess it's been like
A
over a
month?
month, like a month and a half, maybe? I
Oh
don't know.
yeah, because you went on your amazing trip.
Yeah,
That's
so we've got lots coming through, lots to share, and yeah, excited to dive into all the things. Also, for transparency, we just spent some time just grounding like we do it for every call, but we were both sharing how there's been a lot of energy going around. Lots coming up, lots being asked to be cleared, just lots of energy in general. So,
so much energy.
yeah. So, if you've been feeling it, you are not alone.
No, we're just here, doing the best that we can. That's
Exactly.
all you can do.
All we can do. Um, And speaking kind of this collective energy, Rosie before the call was also sharing this feeling kind of like in a limbo void space in between. I like to call it like the gooiness when you're no longer a caterpillar, but you're not yet the butterfly, like that like messy in between. And I feel like with the collective energy and kind of how we both can relate to that, maybe that would be a good place to start. How do you feel?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we can definitely do that. And I love that analogy of like not being the caterpillar anymore and not being the butterfly, because that's honestly how it feels. I feel like my one foot is in like my past world, and it's like I'm trying to close out these chapters and really just let go of these things. But and then my other foot is in like this new world, but I yet still don't have, I don't want to say I don't have the skills yet, but like I haven't reached that level yet to fully step into this world. So I can only just look at it from afar. Does that
Mm.
make sense? Like I feel like I'm in a video game where it's like you have, to have 500 more points to reach level 39. So it's like, and I can't open the door because that door is only level 39 access. So it's like I still have
Mm.
to get those 500 points before I get to the door. So I'm kind of walking aimlessly around trying to collect the 500 points so this way I can open the door and then we hit a whole new world.
Mm.
Yeah.
What I was just hearing when you were sharing is, what if you already have the 500 points?
And I've been looking in all the wrong places. Oh my God. I'd be so mad if I have the 500 points and I'm over here. But honestly, that could be it too, because, part of that is letting go of these old beliefs.
Hmm.
And, I've been really just feeling, I don't even want to say stuck or stagnant because it doesn't feel that way. It just feels, I just feel like I'm in this limbo and the only person that can get me out is me. And it's, letting like all of these old belief systems are coming up and like old values and old standards have been being brought to my attention. It's almost like each week something is being brought to me from the universe of like,
Mm.
do you still resonate with this? And I have to say yes or no. But it's always like that fear of being like, oh, well, who am I without this thing? And
Yeah.
then I just keep myself in this standstill. And so I still have like all of these items off to the side, and I'm like, I don't know. And they're just like, girl, you do know. Stop being afraid.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh my God.
yeah.
I was just thinking about one of our calls, we talked about the train is coming. If you remember that, we're like on the platform, we're like,
Yeah, we
right?
did. It's just get on the train.
And I feel like you're on the train where like you haven't yet arrived at the destination, but you're on the train and you feel like in that moment like you're not really moving forward, you're not really doing anything, like you're trying to figure out how to get there. It's like, relax. You're on the train. You're being delivered right to the door. Just like
Yep.
enjoy the ride. And yeah, I love how you were saying of like just releasing what's no longer aligned or what has you believing you don't already have the 500 points. And knowing that I know we call it limbo or the in between, but I really think it's us in transit. Like we're still moving forward, and I think that's almost like the biggest leap is in those moments where we think we're not moving at all or we're not doing anything, where we're being asked to stop for a minute.
Yeah, that's exactly
Yeah.
it. It's like I keep on wanting to, okay, well, what do I need to do? And
Mm-hmm.
every time I ask, it's like I keep on pulling the four swords. They're just like, girl, I just need you to rest and relax. Like you
Mm-hmm.
need to chill out. Your mind is going a mile a minute, and you think that you need to do stuff. And like being a triple fire sign, there is no not doing.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, oh, okay, if I'm sitting down for 5 minutes, I can't. It's like, okay, what am I doing next? What can I do next? Like, what are these next steps? And in this limbo space, it's really teaching me to just know that doing nothing is also doing something,
Mm-hmm.
and being okay with that, that I don't need to try so hard to reach this next level, that I will eventually get there. And that's like, and I will get there at the exact right time in which I need to be there. Not a minute earlier, not a minute later.
Mm-hmm.
It is right. I will be there exactly when I'm supposed to be there. And I just
Yeah.
need to show up.
The visual I just got was running on a train. So like the train's moving, you're like running through the aisles thinking that's going to get you there quicker, but like you're still not going to arrive until the train arrives. So you can
Yeah,
keep running laps in the aisles of the train, or you can sit your ass down and take in the view and enjoy this time period that you know is limited.
exactly. And then you're tiring yourself out if you're running on the train. You're
Hmm.
exhausting yourself.
And
And
what
that's
kind?
yeah, how I feel.
Yeah.
I'm just like, my brain feels all over the place. I feel very unsettled, ungrounded. And it's like, girl, you're doing this to yourself. All
Hmm.
you need to do, and I know you've mentioned this and we're going to brush upon it, is trust.
Hmm.
You are being led to wherever you need to go. It's okay. Stop exhausting yourself. That's exactly what I'm doing. I'm just exhausting myself trying to figure out what's this next step? What is it? Where am I going? Who am I going to meet? What is this going to do? And it's like, just be, just be.
I know that's so much easier said than done. But when you
Oh,
think about like the Four of Swords, okay, if you're not listening, then the Five of Swords, then you're going to create this challenge, this obstacle, this like, and not in a fear-based way, but like if you don't listen, it's just going to keep, we're going to keep adding those swords for you. So
exactly. Exactly.
take the sacred pause. And I totally get the like wanting to figure it all out. And yeah, like having the steps, having the clarity. And it's like, what if the clarity that you're looking for right now is, or the like next step is for you to just chill the fuck out? What if
Literally.
that's it? Like, I know the ego doesn't love that next step, but, and I've said this before, like, how fun is it to figure it all out? Like, we think we want to figure it all out, but then, like, if you knew everything and how it was all going to unravel, then you've just stripped away all the beautiful layers of magic that exist.
Literally.
Like, what's the
Yes.
fun in that? Come on.
It's like it's like watching a movie that you already know what's gonna happen. It's a new movie, but you already
Hmm.
know
Yeah.
the beginning, middle, and end. What would make you want to actually watch the movie then?
Yeah, like there's comfort in that, but how many of us have those comfort shows or movies where we just fall asleep?
Or we wind up scrolling on our phone because we're like, oh, we already know what happens, and then you're not paying attention.
Yeah, like that's no
Oh,
way to live life. Come on.
no. And then you're completely disconnected from it. And the whole
Mhm.
point of the human experience is to be so immersed in it that you feel everything. Yeah.
Doesn't that sound like a much better choice?
It, it does, but then when you're in the moment, you're just like, get me out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I get that. I feel like I was in a very similar position in like end of January and February and March, like earlier this year, of feeling that same way, where like my teaching job had ended and I was just like, okay, now what? We got to figure it out. We got to like let's go. Oh, you don't have an idea? Well, figure out an idea. It's like those never work out.
No, absolutely not. And like this has also allowed me, like today, I um I cut it off with a client that I had that was like kind of really draining my energy because
Mm,
I've been just running around and being super busy because you have to have that need to feel busy. And I'm just like, no, like in this time of this limbo, I'm like, what is serving me? I'm able to figure out, is this giving me energy? Is this taking away
mm-hmm,
energy? And now I'm like in this, I feel like I'm stepping, the momentum is building and
mm-hmm.
I'm kind of stepping out of this limbo and not being afraid and just like doing it. Like I I shouldn't say I don't care if it doesn't work out for like obviously they needed something, but like at the end of the day, it has to be both of us needing something from this. It has to we both need to gain something in this. And I wasn't feeling that at all. So it was like I'm glad that I put up that boundary of like, hey, so sorry, but we're just
Yeah.
this is no longer in alignment, I think, maybe in the future, but as of right now, this is just not working. And I feel
Mm-hmm.
so much lighter just making that one conversation. I'm like, okay, we have energy again. Crazy.
Yeah. That's huge. First of all, kudos to you because, you know, breaking up with a client is can be difficult.
Well, yeah.
Um, and I feel that on the like alignment piece. And like alignment doesn't mean something's bad or good or right or wrong, but like just trusting it's not aligned and like that's enough. And when
Yeah,
you do release that, like look at all the energy that came back to you. It's pretty
literally.
wild. Yeah.
And it was instantaneous. Like the moment that I sent the text of like, hey, I don't think I can continue this kind of like because we were trading. I don't think I can continue this trade anymore type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
It was just like my body just felt like we can breathe again. Like we're
Mm-hmm.
good. Like we have this. And I love what you said about alignment doesn't need to be bad or good. Alignment is just an alignment.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
I was sharing this with a friend of mine the other day of I find when things are not in alignment, I then start creating all these reasons and keep an eye out for all these reasons why it's like it's bad. Like I immediately like I feel it first and then I'm like, okay, it needs to be wrong so that I have justification to end it.
Yeah. Yes. And we frustrate ourselves because then we focus on the bad. We're like, oh, well, this person isn't doing this or this job isn't giving me this. And it's really just a simple matter of it doesn't align with me. And that
Yeah.
should be enough.
Yes. That is my goal. That's what I'm working towards of just trusting that. Like if I feel that it's unaligned, I don't need to justify it. Like that is the answer. That's enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We just make it I find it so funny how, and this is me included in this, like we just make things so much harder on ourselves
Mm-hmm.
than it really needs to be.
Yeah.
It
Yep.
doesn't need to be. We don't need to sit there and push ourselves to the brink of getting so annoyed or frustrated and then finally do something. Like if we know right off the get that it's okay, this we tried it, it's not working. Okay, let's just
Yeah.
let's call it quits. It's okay.
And what a benefit for that person too. Like it's a
Yeah,
gift for both parties. So but it's
yeah,
hard to remember that in the moment.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because then you're also thinking about like the other person and you're like, oh, well, I don't want to, like, that was for me in the situation. I'm like, I know she really needs this. And it's like,
Mm-hmm.
okay. But then I'm getting frustrated, almost resentful of like,
Mm-hmm.
wow, they need this. And it's like, no, like, I can't. Yeah. I don't want
And
the resentment. I don't want anything. And it's okay, you know, and they'll find somebody that can give them that.
yeah, where it's
You know?
reciprocal. It's like,
It's
yeah,
awful.
100%. I've
Yeah.
been thinking about that a lot lately of just kind of where my energy's been going, where my time's been going. And yeah, really thinking about that and the alignment piece and honoring that and not letting it get to like the resentment part. And when resentment sets in, I immediately know, okay, like this is something's not feeling aligned or fair to me. Where am I overgiving? But yeah, it's a
Over
journey.
journey, an absolute journey.
Yeah.
Uh, we're trusting in the process. and I know you have a lot to say on that. Uh,
What a segue.
what a segue, because I'm like, I feel like this just goes right into it. Uh,
Yeah.
trusting the process of it.
Yeah. Before we just jump into that for a sec, I wanted to just say that, like, I really do feel, and I know I've told you this already, of like this, like, turning a corner for you. Like, I feel like you are like at the brink, at the precipice of this threshold. Like, the train is just about at this freaking station.
Girl,
And
I feel it.
yeah, and I feel like you finally like looked out the window, and you're like, damn. Taking in the view, enjoying the last seconds before the train pulls into the station. Like, I really feel that for you.
Yeah, and that's where I always know too when I'm getting really antsy. I'm
Hmm.
just like, when is it coming? When is it coming?
Yeah.
It's like you're right there.
Yeah,
You're
you
right
really
there.
are.
Yeah. So, because I've been in this limbo for a couple months now,
Hmm.
and just like, okay, keep on trying. As much as I want to do something, I'm like, let's surrender. We're gonna be fine.
Yeah.
Life has proven us that we will always be fine. So,
We will always be fine, which is another great segue.
it's
Um,
the doors are just opening up for you.
they really are. Um, I wanted to share about trusting the universe. And I want to use the example of the retreat I went on a few weeks ago because I saw this retreat and booked it in January. And when I booked it, had no idea how I was going to afford it. I um, asked for an extended payment plan, and I was like, okay, I can like figure out how I could long term do this on an extended payment plan. Like, let's do it. And within 3 months of me doing this extended payment plan, I got money came in and I was able to pay off the rest of the retreat, which is like
Love.
amazing. And then I was trying to find a flight home because I'd bought my flight there on points, but I didn't have enough points for my return flight. And so I was like looking at flights, following them, waiting for it to drop. And this was like 2 weeks before I had to leave. And I was just trusting. I would like have a flight in my cart and it'd be like, no, not yet. It was like this like really early morning flight with layovers, but it was in my price range. So whatever, I was just going to do it. But something stopped me. And then the next day, I got a notification that one of the flights I was watching had dropped. And it was on an airline that's affiliated with the airline I have points with. And so I go to my points app and I have the exact amount of points I need to purchase this flight, purchase this flight, and have it covered. Not only
Oh
was it
my
not like a 5 a.m. flight, it wasn't until noon, which was incredible. There was no
God.
layovers. It was a direct flight. So it was like 10 times better than the flight I would have had to spend my like money on and whatnot and figure out. The only caveat was that it was leaving on a Tuesday, and the retreat, I almost said reunion, that's interesting. The retreat ended on a Saturday. So I'm like, okay, shit. Now I got to figure out how I'm going to stay in Lisbon for 3 days.
Oh no, Lisbon through for 3 days.
I was like, no, this is meant to be. I'm buying it. Well, like, I'm putting my points on. We'll figure it out. So the reason why I'm sharing this is because I truly think when you have a nudge to do something, when you get that ping, that download, the bridge has already been set. You can't see the bridge, you just gotta trust it's there. But I think sometimes we get a download, we're like, yes, but then our human brain kicks in, our ego mind kicks in, is like, okay, but how the fuck are you gonna actually do that? And just like shuts it down. But when we're able to trust and remember, like I kept reminding myself over and over again, I've been led here, I'm going to be taken care of. I've been led here, I'm going to be taken care of. I've been led here, I'm going to be taken care of. And it happened time and time again. So those are the examples with the flight. With me staying there, I had to rent a car to get to and from the retreat. And it was pricey. And I was the last one to arrive. So like I was messaging people, I'm like, let's, if anybody wants to wait, rent a car or shuttle or Uber, whatever, like trying to figure it out. And the girls who were arriving that day ended up getting a shuttle, rightfully so, when they arrived like 4 hours before me.
Yeah.
So I'm like, shit, what am I gonna do? A girl messages me, and not only is she down to wait for me, and she's landing in Lisbon 2 days earlier, she's like, yeah, I'll come whenever. Meet me at the airport. I don't even have to like go find or anything. And she's happy to split a car to and from the airport. Gorgeous. Done. Then she happens to be staying the exact amount of days in Lisbon after the retreat as I am. And she happens to be looking for someone to split a hotel with.
You can't make this up.
Right? Like, and then on top of all this, she is from Detroit, which I don't know if you know this, Rosie, or not, but I grew up in Windsor, which Windsor shares a border with Detroit. So I used to get my groceries in Detroit when the dollar was much better. Our gas in Detroit, like clothes in Detroit, concerts in Detroit. Like I spent so much of my time growing up in Detroit. And she was the only one from Detroit. I was the only one from Canada. Just this like
Already connected.
beautiful, yeah, connection, synchronicities, all the things. So again, sharing all of this to say, if you have a nudge, to trust that, to
Mhm.
not worry about the how, and to interrupt those worries with, if I am led here, it is taken care of. Because it really is. I could have spent that whole time worrying or forcing my own agenda. I could have bought that shitty flight, which would have sucked. I would have to leave the retreat at 3 a.m. Saturday morning. I could have rented a car myself and like just, you know, and not had that ride with someone, which was so helpful. I've never rented a car in a foreign country before. That was
Okay.
nerve-wracking. Yeah. And driving with her was amazing. I could have forced like trying like staying in a hostel. That was in my budget, right? Like I could have forced all these things and had that be an outcome, or trusted that I'm being led and taken care of. And like that literally changed my entire experience. So that's my TED Talk.
And also, I believe, weren't you like teetering on staying a little bit after the retreat anyway?
Hmm. I
And you
was,
weren't sure? Like,
and
yeah.
like I had talked myself out of it because I couldn't see the how. Like, how could I justify financially me staying there for X amount of days? Like, it wouldn't it be the safer plan to just go leave at 3 a.m. and go home? Like, wouldn't that be the smarter decision?
And yet, that wasn't, it might have been the smarter decision, but that wasn't the meant decision. That wasn't what
Yeah.
was supposed to happen.
And financially, even if you want to argue that would have been financially smarter, it ended up almost to be the same amount because I was splitting and I used my got to use my points for that other flight. So, like,
The universe got you.
honestly, it was a beautiful illustration of and reminder of like trusting those nudges, not only trusting the nudges, but trusting if you've gotten received that nudge, received that idea, received that download, it's because it is being like it is safe, protected, supported, and just like really remembering that.
No, the universe never ceases to amaze me the way that it
Mhm.
just shows up for you, whether it's in big grand gestures like that, like making sure you have the exact number of points, like
Exact.
no layovers. You just happen to get in contact with a girl who's also going to the retreat that also, grew up in Detroit where you used to spend most of your time. Like, there's just no way. So when people are like, I don't believe in synchronicities or anything like that, I'm like, how? I'm like, hearing a story like that, there's no way. There's
Hmm.
no way.
Yeah, I think it's like you have to be open to it to see it, and you have to trust that. Where,
Mhm.
like, I'm sure there is a version of me on some timeline who didn't trust that, who forced those things and had a different experience, and that was perfect too. Um, but I think if you can allow yourself to fully trust, oh my gosh, the magic that's available is that's surrounding us always is incredible.
An infinite source.
Yeah,
It's an infinite source. Oh my God. I'm so
it
happy
really
that you
is.
got to have that experience.
Thank you. Yeah, it was pretty magical. And the other magical thing is too is that I went to Lisbon in 20, I want to say 2018, and I went by myself. I stayed in a hostel. I met people through the hostel and, you know, did a pub crawl and like had those experiences, but I remember thinking, I can't wait to come back here with friends.
Mm.
And being there, there's so many girls after the retreat who ended up staying in Lisbon afterwards. And so we had dinner every night. We went on a boat cruise. Like I got to experience what it would be like to be there with friends. And that also felt really special.
Full circle.
Full circle. Yeah.
You
So,
got to close out that little, I feel like, timeline.
hmm
Yeah.
yeah,
There's
which
also,
if I wouldn't have stayed in Lisbon, because I didn't go to Lisbon beforehand, before the retreat. If I hadn't stayed, I wouldn't have gotten that gift of an experience. So,
mm,
always being guided.
and now I'm getting like the little download, like the little image of anytime that it's a moment like that where you remember you thinking something and then you finally get to do it,
hmm
that's the close of a timeline.
hmm
Like that's the loop because you got it from the beginning where it was the start of a seed. Like the seed got planted of I want to go and do this.
hmm
And then you got to that point of doing it. That timeline, whatever happened between those years, that timeline closed. And now you get to start something new.
That's wild that you say that too, because I was saying, I was saying to a friend of mine how I feel like I've been in this like I've had a second chance at a lot of things the past few months where, for example, we went to Joshua Tree in February last year. And in Joshua Tree, I
2 years
wanted to
ago.
stay. Pardon?
2 years ago. Wait, was it last year? Oh my God, it was last
Right?
year. I'm sorry. I thought it was, I'm up in my own little time world.
Right? It was,
It was last year. It
was
was
it? Okay.
2024.
Okay.
I already feel like we're in 2026 for some reason. I don't know why. But you're right. It was in 2024.
Okay,
Continue.
good. I'm actually I struggle with time and like when things happen. So, okay, so yes, last year we went and I was in a similar situation too of like, okay, how am I going to pay for it? And it all worked out. And this time I actually had a plan for like what I would do if that money didn't come in. I mean, like it all worked out anyways, but I had a plan of like how I was going to make it work. Where like before I was like, I have no plan. I'm because I had a month notice, a few weeks notice to like actually go to Joshua Tree. So I'm like, okay. So like that felt like I had another chance to like, okay, set myself up for that. And then it was I wanted to stay in Joshua Tree afterwards. I wanted to stay in California, but I couldn't see how that was possible. So I didn't. I went home and it was like, okay, this time I got to stay afterwards. And then when I got back, I was hosting a 1 day retreat and nobody signed up. I was co-hosting it with someone. And I remember like going through that. This one, when I came back a week after, I was hosting a workshop and people actually showed up and it was great. And I'm hosting a 1 day retreat in a few weeks that we already have people signed up for. So it's just like these weird, I feel like it's like I got to take two at it. And then you saying that closing a loop, it really does feel that way. It's like, okay, I got to loop around one more time. I got to make some different choices
Yes.
and it feels, yeah.
And you also, I feel like you've done so much work in since Joshua Tree
hmm
that energetically, like you're just also in a different space of just
Yeah.
allowing yourself to, like you said, trust in the universe, trust in your capabilities that even if things are unknown and uncertain, that you will figure them out or
hmm
they will be shown to you figured out.
Yeah.
So
A
it's
million
also a
percent.
testament not only to the universe, because I want to, obviously give so much praise to that, but a testament
hmm
to you and all the work that you've done and all the work that you've
Thank
put
you.
in. Yeah.
Thank you. I received that. I yeah, I feel that too. And it's just interesting. It's really a gift to kind of get to go through it again, to kind of see that for myself too. But I loved what you said there about trusting yourself because I feel like that's what it all comes down to. It's like if you can trust yourself, which in turn trusts the universe, you're so free. Like literally nothing what has power over you because like whatever happens you're going to handle it. You're going to figure it out. And so like I feel like that is also such a powerful thing to learn.
Oh, 100%. I was having a conversation with a friend of mine the other day about essentially how we are God. Like we are the universe. We are co-creating with ourselves each and every single day. So, like you said, trusting in ourselves means that we trust in the universe.
Mhm.
So we know that we're this co-creator and we can trust in ourselves and our capabilities. The world is literally our playground that we can make shift and make things happen just
Mhm.
by simply trusting in the fact that we can handle anything and anything that comes at us.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
It's
we are
huge.
God. We are consciousness. We are the universe. We just forgot.
All about coming back to remembering.
Coming back, another segue.
But I was going to throw it over to you next so we can come back to remembering. Um, I want to hear about what's going on the relationship front because I know last time we chatted that was really a big theme for you with friendship and romantic relationships. So we'd love to hear an update on that.
Um, so with that, it's, obviously not been an easy thing to maneuver just because, your closest people there, like your closest relationships are always meant to trigger you in certain ways. Um, but what I've really come to realize is just a lot of the growth that I've had, where I keep on thinking back to a past version of me that would have reacted differently and would have handled things differently and would have started the internal dialogue of going down the I'm not good enough, I'm not worthy enough, and bad things happen and people or the abandonment wounds of like, oh, this always happens. And instead, I have really learned to show up for myself and be there and just be like and protect my inner child of like you not to say I didn't do anything wrong because I will always take accountability. It takes two to tango no matter what situation it is, but you did the best that you could in that situation and still tried to maneuver and think about other people's feelings and
Hmm.
also our feelings as well. um, but we're not going to beat ourselves up over it and place all of the blame on us, which is something that I am so used to doing, of just taking full responsibility. And then that sparks the guilt and the shame and continues all of these different cycles. Um, so I've been really tapping into just like this self love
Hmm.
and just learning to love myself no matter what is going on, what is happening, and allow myself to grieve, allow myself to feel whatever needs to be felt in these situations. And also not really trying to place blame on people as well, because I think that just continues the cycle of just, as we were talking about, resentment and just like negative emotion. And, you know, my one of my friends, she says it best. She's like, everybody has their own truth. So my truth in this situation is not going to be the other person's truth. And so I can't be mad at them if we're not, for her own feelings because they're valid.
Hmm.
Just like my feelings are valid, even if she doesn't see where I'm coming from. Like both
Yeah.
of us are valid in this. So it's just been a big, almost like mature lesson of no longer placing blame and just allowing love to come through and not being like this big dramatic thing of like, oh my God, I hate them and we're never going to be friends again and all of this. It's like, no, like I still have so much love. Like I miss them. There's a part of me that's still grieving that, this friendship has come to this point. Uh,
Hmm.
and who knows, like, maybe it's not now we're meant to be friends, but maybe in the future we're meant to be friends and we can move past it, you know? So it's just been it's been a nice little lesson to use all of my tools that I've had. It's like, okay, we're handling this pretty damn well, and I'm really proud of myself for that.
Yeah, hell yes. I'm so happy that you're recognizing that for you.
Yeah.
And I think what's interesting too, and that I'm sure a lot of people can relate to, is when you're doing the work and you're like moving through it, that also gets reflected in your 3D, where it's like, okay, now some things are no longer aligned. And like we were talking about, like alignment is not good or bad or wrong or right. But it's just like accepting that, which is easier said than done. And I like how you said too of like honoring their truth. Like I've heard something about how somebody has a different version of you than you are. Like we hold on to versions of different people. And
Yeah.
so like in her reality that's what's true. And in your reality, this is what's true. And just honoring that they both can coexist and not, one's not right or wrong, but just like accepting it.
Yeah. Yeah. And who knows, like maybe we'll have a conversation and we can talk about our truths and we can agree to disagree
Mm-hmm.
and then see what's left after that.
Yeah.
And if there's, if we can, just be very amicable and cordial because we all are obviously in the same friend group, that would be amazing. Or if we feel like we can rebuild and maybe try to do something fresh and new, or, whatever it is, there's so many different options.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not closed off to any of them.
What a beautiful place to be at. And I like what you were saying. It's kind of just like, can you let your friendships evolve with you?
Yeah. Isn't
Yeah.
and that's a test, right? Because it's not just your friendships, it's the same thing in relationships too. People that have been together for 30 plus years, they're not the same person that they were at the
Mm-hmm.
beginning of that relationship,
Yeah.
so you have to evolve, and evolving comes with arguments. Evolving comes with, this disconnect sometimes, and then
Mm-hmm.
you have to put into perspective, like, is this somebody that I can grow with? Are we growing in the same direction? And,
Yeah.
being very honest and truthful in that because we evolve so much. I mean, our body physically changes every 7 years.
Mm-hmm.
So why wouldn't we do the same?
Yeah. And to have that moment of reevaluation too and honoring that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love that. Like the your body changes every 7 years. I feel like I bring that up so often. But it's
I'm
so
talking about, I think, at
such a
least like
powerful
once
reminder.
every 2 weeks.
Yeah. Such a powerful reminder.
Yeah, we're meant to evolve, and like
Mhm.
that's such like a big thing. I'm like, why wouldn't you want to evolve? Like everything in this world changes
Yes.
form.
Yep.
So you're supposed to too.
Yep. Multiple
Yeah,
times.
multiple times. It's not just once. Like
Yep.
the
We keep
soul
going.
wants to evolve. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Thank God, because if I was the same person that I was, we would not be having this. I don't want that.
Yeah. It's so true. So, so true. It's wild to think back at like different versions of me. But yeah,
Hmm.
thank God for evolution.
Thank you. Keep on evolving me. I just want to keep on upgrading and upgrading and upgrading and upgrading.
Yeah,
Yeah.
becoming more and more myself. Yeah.
Uh, but yeah, no. So this has taught me a lot of grace and just leaning more into like this love aspect. Like I keep on going back to my mushroom trip where I was talking with Lilith and I asked her like what my greatest power is, and she said love.
Hmm.
Like, love is just your greatest power, and I keep on going back to it. I'm like, how much, like, even if it's so frustrating and it's so annoying and confusing and even sometimes like heartbreaking, like, how my first question is, how can I love more in this situation? Like, how can I lead with more love? And it's not love in a way where I'm going to compromise myself.
Mm-hmm.
but it's love where I can hold space and respect both of us in the same space. And if I need to walk away, then I need to walk away.
Mm-hmm.
But that's also a respect for you, like the other person as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's huge. And like that is, yeah, embodying true love. Have you read A Return to Love?
No.
That book came up today actually in conversation, but that I was reminded of that book today, and it is so, so good. I highly recommend. I think it's by Marianne Williamson.
Okay. Let me write
Um, yeah, it's
well
called
for
A Return to Love.
okay.
So, so good. And it's a lot about relationships and, but she just writes in such a beautiful way. Um, and coming back to like loving yourself and also our relationship with the divine. And yeah, I just remember that being a very powerful book.
Okay. I can definitely look that up for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause I mean, it starts with us, right? Like everybody
Mm-hmm.
is a reflection of us. So the more that you can pour into yourself, the more it's going to overflow into others because they're literally you, just
Mm-hmm.
more.
So wild.
It's honestly, this world just makes it every day. I'm just like, I another piece of the puzzle just clicks, and I'm just like, wow, we really are just one being.
I
Okay,
find
cool.
that like puts me in a spiral though sometimes because I'm like, okay, if this is me and this is a mirror, what are you trying to tell me? What part of my am I like not accepting about myself? Like I find sometimes I'll go into like over analysis, and those are the times too where I'm like, I accept it. It's not that serious. It is what it is. Carry on.
Yeah, yep, 100%. A
Yep.
100%. I'm just like, and then you get, yeah. I'm imagining. I don't know if you've seen the meme of Charlie Day from It's Always Sunny, and he has like his billboard, his chalkboard with all of the strings and dots, and he's just looking crazy, and he's just like, and I'm just like, that's how I feel when all of these things are going into my head. I'm like, oh wait, so this is
Yeah.
connected to this, and this is connected to this, and this is a reflection of me, and then what am I doing? And I'm just like,
Hmm. Yeah.
I need that.
Where I feel like that circles back to what we're talking about of like not trying to always figure it out. Like who knows, maybe there's a soul contract there for that we made an agreement for this to happen to teach us something
Yeah.
or you know, whatever whoever whatever it is, like sometimes it's not about figuring it out. Sometimes it's just like can we accept this?
Sometimes it's not about the outcome. It's just
Yeah.
experience.
Yeah, because I'm like you, I'm like always over analyzing it, wanting to find the lesson, the gold, so it doesn't happen again. You know, and it's I mean, yeah. I feel like this
Yeah.
could just be called stop trying to figure it out. All the things. Just stop.
Oh, 100%. I'm pretty sure my guys are so annoyed with me with the amount of fucking questions that I've been asking them, and they're just like, pros, for the love of God, just chill out. Just allow it
Yeah.
to be whatever it's supposed to be. You don't need to know everything. Every day I'm
Mm-hmm.
doing it careful. I'm like, well, what about this? And what about this? And oh, wait, I forgot to ask this question, even though it's essentially the same question that I asked
Yep.
yesterday, but in a different way.
Yep.
It's like, girl, just
Yeah.
allow it to be whatever it needs to be.
Yeah. I feel like that's the message.
We put so much emphasis on the outcome.
Hmm.
And it's like, oh, okay, well, what's the end goal here? What is it going to be? Because then at least it feels safer if you know what's going to happen. But then it takes, like we were saying before, it takes away from the whole experience.
Hmm.
Like in this relationship, not, I wouldn't even call it a relationship, but like in this whatever thing that I've been in, it's like I could easily foresee like my heart getting broken, but I also am here for the experience of it. Like I
Hmm.
get to have these like really in-depth talks with this person, and we get to talk about life, and we get to do all these things, and very much on the same page as one another, and just like a lot of like I'll say something and he'll look at me and be like, "Oh my God, I was just about to say that." Like I've never really got to experience that. So even if it does end in heartbreak, why not just let myself, my human self, experience this beautiful connection and then just take it for what it is?
Yes. I love that. Like remembering that the experience itself is not worth missing out on just to avoid an
Right.
outcome you don't want. Yeah.
Exactly. And that outcome, who knows
Mm-hmm.
what that outcome is? That outcome can come sooner, it could come later, it could whatever it is. Like there's an infinite amount of possibilities of what this outcome is going to be.
And what that outcome could lead to. Like,
Exactly.
yeah, who knows?
No, but I've
Yeah.
noticed it in myself. It's like a protective mechanism of like, wait, no, we need to find out because we don't want to get hurt again. And it's like,
Mm-hmm.
bro, you're not going to be able to stop that. But also, the most beautiful things in life are worth it. Like, think about, I mean, even all of your heartbreaks in the past, like, you got to have an experience. Like, that was a whole chapter. Was it always the best? No, but there were a lot of beautiful times in that, and you got
Mm-hmm.
to just experience it. So it's been a big reminder of like, stop worrying about the outcome and just be in the present and
Yeah.
just be here. Because who knows what's going to happen? Like I said, it could end tomorrow and that could be it.
And I think
But
it goes back to what you were saying earlier too about like just trusting yourself. If you trust yourself to handle whatever the outcome is.
exactly,
Like,
you're capable of handling it. So just have
yeah.
fun in the process of it. And also, and that's what the cards keep on telling me too, of just
Mm.
like be open with it, but
Mm-hmm.
also have your boundaries. Like, keep on standing in your energy. Keep on doing this. Don't overextend. Just keep on, like, just being who you are and just allow things to unfold. And that's what I've really just been trying to channel. And it takes up a lot of energy, honestly, because all I want to do is I'm that person. I'm just like, no, 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 let me go and do everything. I have to do this. And it's like, no, I'm simply enough just doing this. I don't
Mm-hmm.
have to try so hard. And if I do, then it's not something that's meant for me.
Mm-hmm.
So trusting in that I'm enough, the being who I am and just doing this.
I love that. That's huge.
Yeah. It's been a lot of learning where I
For
feel like
sure.
it's been the limbo and there's not a lot of action. It's been a lot of just like internal. Like and not a
Mm.
lot is happening in the external. It's very big on like the internal.
Which makes sense too when you think about like when we're planting a seed in darkness, and we don't see the results of that until, it breaks out of the shell and it expands and then it breaks through the surface. So it's like it makes sense that in this void space, there is so much going on internally beneath the surface.
Yeah. And it doesn't feel like I'm doing enough
Mm.
because I'm not seeing it in the external. And as we were talking
Yet.
about it, I was like,
Yes.
wow, we are doing a lot. So I also needed to hear that saying out loud of like the little validation and confirmation of, oh no, we have been. That explains why. Because I'm like, I've been so tired too. And I'm like, oh yeah, we're
Mm-hmm.
shifting. Like
Yeah.
we've just been internally shifting for
Mm-hmm.
months now. So it's like, okay, we're doing a lot.
Yeah. And I think we underestimate how much energy that takes.
Yeah.
And I like how you said too about you were talking about how much energy it takes to like not control, not do things. And I think people think surrendering and trusting is like the easy way. And it's actually so much work because you are fighting against your internal protection mechanisms, your programming in
And
order to
survival.
not do that. Yeah, your
Yeah.
survival. So to retrain or deprogram yourself. So yeah, that's huge.
Oh, yeah. Surrendering is not easy. It's, I wish it was just like, oh, okay, I'm just gonna surrender. And I'm just like essentially like laying on the couch with my arm over, just like, I surrender, it's fine. But no, it's like me going back into the trenches of like fighting myself every
Yeah.
time because all I want to do is resist and try to control. and like figure stuff out. And I have to remind myself, like, no, no, stop asking the cards. Stay away from the tarot cards for at least a week. The only thing you're allowed to ask is about your day, and that's it. Boundaries.
So funny. Did you find you were getting the same card over and over again?
Oh, girl, I've been getting, I forget. I think I asked somebody for a tarot reading, and oh, I had Madeline do a tarot reading for me, and the Hanged Man came up again. I looked at her and I was like, I'm so sick of seeing this card. I've gotten this card every single, and that's not even an exaggeration, every single day for 2 weeks. I
Wow.
pulled the Hanged Man every single day, and then when she did a spread for me, the Hanged Man came out. I was like, I'm done. I don't even want to hear the reading. I'm over it.
Yeah. Oh
I'm
my
like,
gosh.
I know it's me. I know the universe is yelling at me because they keep on giving me the same card, and they're just like, you're in this limbo space. You need to change your perspective. Just
Hmm.
allow yourself to see things in a different way instead of trying to control everything. And I'm like, I don't want to hear that. New card. Let's shuffle again.
Oh my gosh, I feel that so much. That was me in like the first, well, after the whole like Joshua Tree and everything. I was in that for probably like 6 to 9 months, and I pulled the tower card, or the tower card would show up in my spread like every time. I'm like, okay, when has there been enough tower moments? Like, come on, another one?
How many tower moments do I get allotted a year?
Yeah, like surely I've reached the limit here.
Are you trying to kill me?
Yeah.
That's my question.
There is no longer a tower to collapse, so come on. Give me someone
The
else.
building is down almost down to the foundation. So I don't know what else you're trying to shake up right
Yeah.
now because you've taken everything at this point.
Yeah, that was wild.
Yeah,
Um, did anything surprise you coming through in that reading or anything stick out to you?
Madeline.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, it's the same thing that just keeps on coming through of just eventually a decision is going to be made.
Mm-hmm.
And you're going to know when that decision needs to be. Because I've been like trying, that's once again my protectiveness coming out of like, oh, I know I need to make a decision, but when will I know? When am I going to gain the clarity? When am I going to have all the tools? Should I be making it now? I don't want to make a rash decision though. And it just, it keeps on going. And so that was essentially just being like, I got the Four of Swords again for in that reading as well, of just like, okay, you need to chill, you need to take some
Yeah.
space.
Yeah.
You will know when it's time to make a decision about things. But also, like, I got the Emperor too, I think, as like one of the last cards. So it's like making sure that I'm standing in this energy of like holding presence and having my boundaries and being assertive with them and
Mm-hmm.
just not taking any shit, essentially. Like, you know, your worth, you know that there are requirements in order to get to keep your energy and to still be in your energy. And if people can't
Mm-hmm.
meet those requirements, then you need to you need to trust yourself to put up those boundaries and trust that other things are going to come in that will meet those requirements instead of just allowing. And that's a people pleasing. And that's like that little, not abandonment wound, but like that self worth wound of like, oh no, I'm not good at like, of course, nothing good is going to come in or take that place because I can't get anything better than this. But it's like, no, you deserve the fucking world. We all do. We
Mm-hmm.
all deserve the world, but we always want to settle for things because it's like, maybe I don't deserve, maybe this is what I deserve.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of actually owning into like, no, I deserve everything that I want. And that's okay. And it's not too much to ask for. And it's there.
Mm-hmm.
I have to be willing to wait for it and stand on business.
You're making me think of that Justin Bieber thing. I don't know if you've seen it.
No.
No? Okay, never mind. It's on TikTok.
Okay.
Maybe it's only on the Canadian side, but it's Justin Bieber's like saying this, like you're not seeing that I'm standing on business.
Oh my
Um,
God.
yeah.
I freaking think he's Canadian. You guys got the beeps.
We got the Beebs.
You got the bees.
Um, yeah, but I like what you're saying. And yeah, just remembering who you are and that you deserve it all.
Yeah,
And
that's it.
deciding kind of, yeah, where you're going to put your energy, what
Yeah,
you're going to
it,
accept, what you're not going to accept. Yeah.
exactly. And so
Hmm.
that's just like I'm in this observation mode of just like, okay, we're not, we're just gonna see, and we'll know when it's time. Just like I
Hmm.
knew when it was time with this client, that I'm like, okay, we have to, part ways for right now. It'll be the same thing for whatever this thing is with me and this
Hmm.
person. But I'm going to enjoy the hell out of it while it's here.
Hell yes. I love that attitude, that mentality.
Mhm.
Enjoy the journey.
Enjoy the journey. That's it. Adventure mode on.
Adventure mode on. Ugh.
Yeah. I feel like that's a great segue for you because I know you wanted to talk about remembering who you are.
Hmm. Yeah. I feel like being on a retreat, with, and like you know this because we met on a retreat, but being on a retreat with such amazing women who reflect back to you a version of yourself, that you aspire to be and like hold that vision with you is
Mhm.
so empowering. And you realize that like the version of you that you aspire to be has been put on a pedestal for so long, and you've unconsciously created this gap between the two, and not realizing that she is you. Like it's just remembering who you are. Um, and so, yeah, unlearning, letting go of the old story. That is what I let go of at that retreat. And it was interesting for two things I'll share is one, um, being seen in that way. Like I had the facilitator, Kate, the creator of the retreat, came up to me and she's like, do you ever get mistaken as a celebrity?
Hmm.
I'm like, funny enough, yes. I have the wildest stories of this. Yeah. I when I got my gallbladder removed, a gallbladder surgery, the nurse couldn't let it go. She kept thinking that I was Emily Blunt, which like for I'm just gonna say I don't see I look like any of these people, but I'll just give you some examples. And she kept like saying that. And then I went to a baseball game and a guy tapped me on the shoulder and thought I was one of the players' wives. Um, I have, when I was supply teaching, the kids thought I was Brie Larson, Captain America, but like in regular clothing.
Oh my God.
I've been told Hillary Duff, Lauren Conrad, like the most random
I can see
people,
Hillary Duff for sure.
but it's like also random, right? And when she said that, she was like, "Yeah, you give like celebrity, famous person energy." And the girls at the tables were like, "Yeah." And then the girl was like, "Yeah, I'm like, where have I seen you before?" I kept like wondering, where have I seen you before? And to me, that reflected back two things of like, okay, can I own that? Because it's been reflected back to me. Like, can I stand in that? Not in an egotistical way, like I'm this, whatever, but like, can that be okay to be seen as somebody who is famous or a celebrity or whatever?
Yeah.
And the other thing is, can I accept the part of me that actually desires this? Because I
Mm,
feel like for so long I've shamed that part of me of like, I don't want to take up too much space. I don't want the attention. It's not about me. It's shameful to want to be known for ABCD or like to be seen in that way. And so that has been a kind of something I've been thinking about and integrating and working with post the retreat. Um, and like it reminded me too when I was a kid, I think most kids do this, but maybe not. Like I always pretended I was famous. Did you? Is this a normal thing?
no,
No, okay. Yeah, I would
but I
be like,
don't think that it's that abnormal though.
true. Yeah, I would like practice my interview on the Oprah show.
But also, I'm feeling like this may be a version of you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like maybe in a past life you were this famous person, and but also your life is barely just begun, and there's room for you to still be this famous person. That energy is there. People are seeing it, like they're feeling it from you. So that energy is
Yeah.
there for a reason. Just
Mm-hmm.
remember me when you become big and famous. That's all that I'll say. Be like, I met her at a retreat. I know Kalina, we're friends.
Oh my gosh, you're gonna be famous with me, so it's all good. Um, but it was just funny to like have that reflected back and then remembering as a kid like all the things I did where like in my like I was famous. Just so funny. Um, and then I also had an experience where when I led my workshop, one of the girls on the call, she sent me a text afterwards and I sent her a voice note back saying, I know this sounds really random, but I keep getting this like ping that same thing that people were reflecting back to me, like to her, like that she's famous or that I felt like she was meant to be famous. And I'm like, I know that sounds really weird, but it was like, it was also weird for me to then get that reflected back in that way, whatnot. I told her, and she was like, that is my goal. That's what like clarity I'm looking for is I know I'm meant to be famous and like I am she's like I'm posting on TikTok all the time like I am like so in it. And so I think it's just like a reflection of feeling it in our fields of like, okay, this is actually a desire of yours. And I think I just, regardless if it happens or not, like I think I just needed to stop shaming that part of me that did or does desire that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Because like you said, it can almost be seen as egotistical. To be like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, I'm famous, or like I'm gonna be famous, like, and it has almost like that yucky
Yeah.
connotation to it,
Mm-hmm.
but it doesn't need to be yucky. Because also, like, if you want to be famous and you want to be a celebrity, what's so bad about that? Why is
Yeah.
that so wrong to also own, and like for people to reflect that back to you of like, oh, you look like this person, or you're giving me
Mm-hmm.
celebrity vibes, or whatever it is. It should be a compliment of like, oh, thank you, because like celebrities and famous people are people, they're inspirations, people that they look up to and have all this power and status. Like that's okay to have. And it's just all in anything, it's how you wield that power.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Like I said, I'm still like integrating and like thinking about that. But um to tie it back to the pedestal thing, being at this retreat and being with some of the women who like had lots of followers and are very successful in their fields, I was also putting them on a pedestal. And there was one girl who I didn't really like connect with as much. I was so intimidated by her because I was like, oh my gosh, she's like, you know, has all these followers and blah blah blah. And like I felt myself closing up around her, like getting small, which was such an interesting thing to reflect on. Also being with like 20 women, so many of my wounds came up about like with female friendship and like even when we were going to sit for meals, there were different tables. It's like, which table are you going to sit at? Do you have your like crew, whatever, right? Like it was very healing in that regard, and all the women were amazing. So it's nothing about them. It was just like me working through my own shit. But
Oh,
anyways, this girl, the last night, she we ended up sharing this moment, and she was like, "I thought you didn't like me." She was like, and she was like, "I felt so intimidated by you, and everybody was saying that, like, Kalina's so nice and blah blah blah," and I was like, I just thought you didn't like me," and so for her to reflect that back to me of like we were just such mirrors for each other. If I was intimidated by her, she was for whatever reason intimidated by me. I think it was just the reflecting back.
yeah.
And then have that moment of humanness and like taking that off, like taking this idea of having a certain amount of followers or being whatever in the industry, like taking that off the freaking pedestal
Mhm.
was, I needed to see that. Like I needed to understand that like that it's we're all human here. There's no pedestal based on how many followers you have.
No, but I can understand how that would be intimidating. It's like, oh, you're almost like Instagram famous or TikTok famous or whatever it is. And then, especially like you're also trying to do this too of like you have your stories and everything and you're like, wait, I'm
Mm-hmm.
not there yet. Like you're me in the future, but I'm not there yet. So, and
So
it can
like don't
be,
waste your time talking to me. Like I don't want you
yeah,
to feel
like
like you have
I'm
to
a
talk to me.
nobody.
Like
Like
yeah.
I'm not in your tier, if you
Yeah.
will.
Yes.
But really, that could just create like so many, like that could have been such a beautiful bond from the beginning if that intimidation
Mm-hmm.
didn't like keep you away from her. Cause then it's like, oh, you get to see who she is. And like maybe you guys can even like connect and talk of like, how did you even start from like, how did you get here? Because everybody starts
Mm-hmm.
from somewhere, you
Yeah.
know? They
Which
don't
we
just
did
pick
end
up
up
from
talking about, funny enough. I did end up
these.
getting to ask her those questions and like she gave me some really great advice and I said to her, I'm like, I so wish I didn't let the intimidation stop me from connecting with you sooner. Um,
Yeah.
because yeah, it was wonderful to get to know her. But it was just so funny. I immediately like had this idea that like I'm not worthy of being like in that space. So like let's keep our distance.
Like you're
Um,
here, I'm here. I
mhm.
can't speak to you. I'm so sorry.
Yeah. And like I was doing that for them. I'm like, I don't want you to get stuck talking to me. Like you you go with your people. Like
Don't
so
mind me. I'm just
healing.
getting eaten over here by the trees
Yeah.
where I belong. So I'm a tree person now.
But just like so healing. And to wrap up the pedestal and remembering who you are is two things. One, the pedestal is like, I found I was doing that even to my future self or higher self or whatever. Like I was literally making her a separate version of me that I was always had a gap between. And it's just remembering that, like, no, I am her. She is a part of me. And um, like releasing the stories that tell me that I'm not her and have me believing otherwise. And I really do think that remembering who you are is the most powerful thing because when you remember who you are and you move from that energy, you're making choices that are in an alignment that are in alignment. You are fully trusting in yourself and the universe. You are like it's a totally different energy. And so I feel like if we can just all remember who we are, the world would be a better place.
Because then
Yeah.
we wouldn't have to deal with the facade that we always put up or not
Mm-hmm.
accepting these parts. It's like almost going to like shadow work of, not giving out this persona of what we think people want from us in order for
Mm-hmm.
us to fit in. And then we can actually find the people and the environments that are meant for us because we're just staying true to who we are, you know? And
Yeah.
that's so powerful.
So powerful.
It really
Such a good
is.
reminder. Yeah.
Yeah. And I heard the song from Megan Thee Stallion of like, I'm her, 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 her. So now, if you ever want to remind yourself, you just put on that song and be like, yep,
Put
I'm
the
her.
anthem on.
Put the
Yeah.
anthem on. Just let me remind myself who I am for a second, and then we
Mhm.
can start our day.
Yeah.
Actually, that's a great morning practice. I may start doing that.
Yeah, same. That's brilliant.
Yeah.
Thank you
To
for
be like,
sharing.
wait, hold on. Before we start our day, let me remind myself who the fuck I am.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're going to step forward in that energy for the
Yeah.
day.
Yeah, because like your problems don't seem so big anymore. The inconveniences don't seem so unmanageable. It's the overwhelm seems less overwhelming. It's like, no, I'll handle it. Like it's not that serious. I remember.
Remember, I know how I'm going to handle this. I know who I am. And then it also goes back into like, I know what I deserve. I know what
Mhm.
I'm worth, like I know what my requirements are. So I'm not going to settle for anything less because I know who the fuck I am.
Hell yes. New
Hmm.
morning routine unlocked. I
We got it.
love it so much. Is there anything that we haven't talked about that you wanted to make sure that we did?
No, I don't think so. I think we hit the nail on the head again.
Yay. Amazing. Well, thank you all for listening. Um, Excited to start our new morning routine.
Did we pull a card?
Uh, Sorry if anybody's watching this, maybe you can feel my energy. I feel like I'm My energy was very fiery last time, and I feel like my energy this time is a little bit more depleted.
A lot is going on.
A lot's going on, and we're human.
We're
I
human.
actually pulled a card beforehand,
Okay.
so I'll let you pull a card
Beautiful.
um, for the collective. What'd you get? What'd you get?
We have dandelion,
Ooh,
you can see. And it's number 7.
and mine's number 8. So I think you go first. What's the first step?
Okay.
Dandelion.
Okay. So dandelion. So this is a magic botanical oracle deck, which is really cool. So it gives you the magical meaning, the plant spirit medicine, and the divination meaning.
Love it.
I think I'll just go into the divination meeting just because it may get a little lengthy, or I can, it's up to,
Whatever you feel called to share. I trust you.
mm,
Also, if you can share the name of that oracle deck, I'd so appreciate it.
yes, of course. So
Thank
let's
you.
go with the plant. We'll do the plant spirit medicine because I think I'm really feeling called to share that, and then also the divination meeting.
Okay, sounds good.
So the plant spirit medicine, the essence of dandelion is to release all that prevents us from being joyfully successful, particularly any angers or grudges we hold on to that harm us. As a liver herb, the spirit of the dandelion helps us release emotional poisons and relax into our true self when we are too tense to embody who we really are on a soul level. Wow,
Mm,
already just okay. The solar qualities, conjuring the magic of the astrological sign Leo, help us shine, allowing us to reclaim our playful child self and be who we are meant to be before we were hurt by others. The flying nature of the seeds help us dream and fly about, reaching new lands and having new adventures that we didn't think could be possible. Divination meeting. Dandelion indicates a time and place for you to shine and play, and while doing so, be successful at what is at hand. This plant spirit can indicate success and good fortune in business and goals coming to fruition, all with a lighthearted, fun attitude for you. Enjoy your success and keep it going. Where is your eye drawn? Root, leaf, flower, seed. Each can deepen the meaning of the divination. The solar attributes are the most flower-like. The root helps you get to the root of the matter and shows you that you need grounding or purification. The leaf is cleansing and nurturative, indicating support. The flying seeds are dreams and travel. Each deepens the basic meaning of the dandelion card.
wow.
The affirmation is I am both joyful and strong.
Well, that feels aligned.
As soon as I started reading it, I was like, okay, amazing.
Done. So good.
Every time.
Every time. And the card that I pulled just before this call was number 8, magic. It says, I'm not underestimating my own magic anymore. Power, beginnings, transformation, bravery. I trust the magic and power within me. If you have pulled this card, you are entering a powerful and pivotal era in your life. Royal energy of the Queen and King. Your highest self is so proud of you. You are undergoing a spiritual and psychological transformation after a journey of obstacles. Though it may feel new and unfamiliar, it is a potent place for you to grow, take action, and trust yourself more than you ever have before. Do you see how beautiful that sunrise is? It brings with it so many possibilities, adventures, and excitement. Be brave, try something new. You've got this. Stop feeding the demon of doubt in your head. Instead, give it love and watch it turn into an angel. It's okay to hit a learning curve. It's okay to make mistakes, especially when you accept accountability for them and try to do better next time while giving yourself more grace, compassion, and forgiveness. You're not going to get it all right and or perfect, and you're not supposed to. You're meant to live the fullest and truest expression of yourself. You're meant to feel fully alive. Take the higher path you feel called to. You are the hero of the story, and it's time to stop underestimating how powerful you are. You are capable of so much. You can be a fair and balanced ruler in your own life. All the spiritual guidance you need is within you. Your connection with your own magic and with spirit is very strong, especially at this point in your journey. Remember to trust yourself. You, more than anybody, know where to go next, even if it's just to a place of peace and contentment in your psyche. That is also a path, And if you're coming from turbulence, that is more than enough. Sometimes the journey can only be walked from within. Go to that next place, do that next thing. It's time.
Wow.
Yeah.
And honestly, as you were saying that, my computer screen just went blank. Like it went black.
It's time.
I'm like, what?
Like, what are you trying to tell me?
Yeah. Like, okay.
Confirmation screen.
Yep. Literally hits everything. And I love the royalty because like that goes
Mhm.
so well with like the Leo attributes as well. So I
Mhm.
feel like those cards are very much like interconnected in that way.
And the fact that we both have Chiron in Leo, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep, how perfect.
Yep.
Yay.
I'm almost in Leo season. We're one season away.
One season away. What
That's
house
it.
is yours in?
Fifth.
Fifth.
That's all about I believe sex, appearance, and the and work.
Hmm.
I'm not sure. But I know it's definitely appearance. And my son's in Leo too. So
Damn.
ma'am.
Damn, damn, damn. Well, I guess that makes sense too, what's coming. And I think also around being seen. You know, Leo season, the sun in Leo, allowing ourselves to be seen and to do that, to remember who we are and to trust ourselves.
And the royalty, we can be famous,
Hmm.
allow yourself to stand in that energy and to receive that energy of, okay, I can be this. And it
Hmm.
doesn't have to have that yucky meeting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still working through that one, but yeah.
That's okay. That's okay. The awareness is the first part of it, and then you work through it.
Yeah, and I also think, yeah, just like taking that off the pedestal of like even the why behind it. Why would you want that? And yeah, working through it. So we're
I just
both just going through the journey, as
yep,
always.
as always. But we're enjoying the ride.
We're looking out the window this time.
Yes,
Amazing.
exactly.
Okay, I think for real, we're done this time. So thank you all for listening. And thank you, Rosie, for sharing, as always, being so open and vulnerable.
Mhm.
I always find what
Thank
you
you
share
as
so
well.
inspirational. And yeah, that's our call. So we will see you in Leo season and see what the sun in Leo brings for us both and our
Oh,
Chiron.
I can't wait for my season.
Woo woo.
I'm so excited.
Okay, bye everyone.
Bye.